Thanks for joining the call. Could you
Yeah,
please
thank
share
you so
your
much.
screen?
Okay, sure.
And open your PPT?
Okay. Yeah. Can you able to see my screen well?
Yes, I am able to see your screen and walk me through. Over to you, Monica.
Yeah, thank you. And this is my presentation on Anaplan. Today I'm going to explain 11 to 15 lessons. And in this section, I'll explain the following content like style settings, customizing views in a module, user experience pages, classic dashboard, and security settings. And let's start with this. And these are the subtopics like what is style setting, parse versus stems, how to determine model size, and how to customize views in a module, what is save view and their benefits, what is conditional formatting, and what is user experience page, and steps to create user experience page, and what is classic dashboard, and how to publish a module to a classic dashboard, and what are security settings, difference between roles and selective access. Let's the first topic is style settings. The style settings provide the different preset style options for formatting line items, and this is a way to set a style for a module or for line items. And first, we have to start in the blueprint view, and next we have to scroll right to the style column and activate the drop down. And from the drop down, you can select the style from drop down. And let's see practically how to set the style for line items. For example, I'm opening a module. First, we have to go to the blueprint view. In this, we have to scroll right. Here, we have the style column. Here, by clicking the drop down, we have a few options for style. If I select normal, it's in the normal view. And for next line item, I'm in the style as heading 1. So here, the line item has changed. The style has changed. And the next option is heading 2. Heading 2. And then again. And this is the way how we set the style for the line items. So removing the blueprint view. See, this is the way how you can see the line items in a different style. And the next topic is sparse versus dense. The sparse cells within Anaplan are cells that are not populated and not expected to be populated. Conversely, cells which are dense cells that are populated and expected to be populated are referred as dense cells. So let us see practically how the sparse and dense cells, what it means by. So here we can see we have all the values as 0. By going to the blueprint view, the line item 6. There is no values for the line item 6. And also in the cell count, it's showing as the cell count as 156. And the data in the line item 6, all the values are populated as 0. And they are not willing to be populated. And also it is consuming the cell count here and it is showing the cell count as 156. So if we for the line items which are not willing to be populated, we can view them as no data. Now we can see here the cell count as 0. So it is not consuming any space. This is called the sparse cells. And here the line item 7, you can see the third, like this is a dead cell. If we enter here any values, 26. And these are the cells and which are willing to be populated as known as the dense cells. This is the difference between sparse and dense. The next topic is model size. Model size is defined by a number of factors, like including list sizes and number of cells in the module. Cell count and total size is found in the settings tab of the module. The first one is module size. To check the module size, first we need to go to the modules and the model setting bar. To scroll right, then we can find cell count column. In that, we can check the size of the module. The next one is line item size. To check the line item size, first we have to open module and go to the blueprint view. Then scroll right. Then you can find the cell count column. So let us see how this we can see the module size and line item size. First module size. So these are the modules which I have created here. And if we go right, here we can see the cell count of the module. This is the module cell count. The store percentage, the cell count is 2. For the region 2. For the volume modules, this is the cell count. For the system time setting, this is the cell count of the module. So for the now selecting a particular module, in this going to the blueprint view, go to the right, here we can see the cell count of the line items. This is the total cell count for the module, volumes module cell count, and for line item 1, you can see this is the cell count. This is the way how we see the cell count for modules and line items for a model size. The next topic is history. Here, the model builders can view a detailed audit trail for all changes in a model history. So, you can view a history for an entire model or a selected cells or for the cells in a model. Unique ID codes represent changes that have affected the model since its criteria. So here we can also restore our model to a previous version in its history. We can view and manage our model's history in the model setting bar. So let us see practically. So for example, I'm taking module here, example for the module. Going to the view. So I've selected the one line item. I'm deleting this. So if I want to restore that line item, first I'm going to the history. In the history tab, we have these are the options which are available. Like we can restore the history. We can restore the data from last 24 hours and last 7 days, and also last 30 days. And these are the options available here. If you want to save, you can save by giving the name. So I'm taking the last 24 hour history, show history. Here, the last I have deleted this module like line item 5, and if I click on restore, it will be restored. And if I click on export, it will be export and you can save the uh, data. Here I'm clicking on restore ID and the ID is correct. So we have to recheck the ID because different model builders use the. So here I'm clicking on restore. Okay. So we can see the restore is successful. This is the way how we can restore the data which we have deleted from the history tab. The next one is customizing views in a module. So there are 3 reasons to customize the views, why we customize the views. So first one is adjusting the view to focus on work and make UX displays relevant to the end users and loading specific data. And there are some options that will allow to customize the view. And they are height selection, show selection, like show all, select levels to show, column settings, and total position, sort and filter. So let us see how we customize the model view. I'm going to the workspace in the module. So if you want to customize here, I'm selecting the items which I want to customize. I selected Jan 19 and Feb 19. Here I want to hide these two. So Jan and February data is not visible here because we have hide. So again, if we click on show all option, every month data will be visible. So where I'm selecting for the April and May 19. To show selection, if I click on show selection, only the April and May 19 data will be visible. So then go back to the format and now click on show all. This is the way how we can customize the views in the modules. And by like a hide selection. Here the April month data is not here. If we don't want the April month data, directly we can go to the view and here we can save the module. Without the which we don't want the data. So without the data, we can save the module. And the next one is column settings. Here we can change the width of the column. So manually changing the width to 120. The width of the column has increased. Then I'm changing back to the 80. The next The next one is like the conditional formatting. So we can select I'm selecting the volume 3 line item, and for this I'm adding the conditional formatting. Onto the conditional format. So new rule, volume 3. So this is a volume 3, this is a line item which we want to give the conditional formatting. So I'm selecting the three colors. Here we have minimum, midpoint and maximum. The minimum I'm giving the number as 10, the midpoint as 20, the maximum as 30. And also you can here select the colors by clicking on the drop down. These are the colors available here. I'm applying the conditional formatting to the line item 23. Here we can see the conditional formatting has applied. Like you can use the different colors to that so that it could be populated in different ways. This is called as conditional formatting. Next option is sort. This is the sort option. Now I'm selecting volume to line item. Going to the sort. Like we have the lowest to highest and highest to lowest. Present the view of the line item. Line item 2 is this. In Jan 19 we have 20, 30 and 10. So let us see 20, 30 and 10. So I'm in the highest to lowest format. Okay. For this, the values has changed. Here there is a 20, like from lowest to highest, the values has changed here. The next option. These are the some options in the customizing view we have covered right now. The next topic is save view and their benefits. Save, if you want to view the data into a different way, then we can change the list and list items around the save around the saved view, and we can save the view. And this is what we call as a saved view. And there are four main reasons to create saved view. First, the thing is we can export data out of a module and we can import the data from a module. We can directly import the data into the UX page from the saved view, which we want to view as an output view for the users. The next one is we can specify views and chart displays in the UX page. So let us see practically how we can save a view. Here, clicking the module. And this is the output module which I want to present in the UX page. So for this, in the save view, this is the view of the default view, and here I'm changing the pivot in the forecast category here. Okay. The view option is here. Here I'm changing the module name. Save view. And save option. So you can see here Down to the saved view, we have created the saved view for the output module. The output module is different and the saved view is different. This is the output module and this is the saved view. This is about the saved view and their benefits. Next one is conditional formatting. Conditional formatting enables you to change the visual style and color of cells. The formatting can be based on the values in the cells being formatted or the values of the number formatted line. So we can use a color scale to apply color grading to the cells. The colors are dependent upon a specified range of numerical values within the cells of a number formatted line item. The uses of conditional formatting include that we can highlight the data that is of particular interest and variance analysis and flagging values outside expected range. And we can have explained previously about the conditional formatting, and this is about the conditional formatting. The cells are populated with different colors according to their values. This is about the conditional formatting. The next one is user experience. The end users view Anaplan through user experience, or we can say that UX page. And UX provides users with the relevant data for their daily work and for business planning. And these screens can also allow for data input by the user. And there are two components of user experience, and there are pages and apps. So in pages display as either boards or worksheets, which are interactive layouts that contain data from Anaplan model. The apps enable you to group related pages to represent a particular business function or process. This is about the user experience page. So types of pages in user experience are there are two types of pages like boards and worksheets. In the boards are a type of page that provides users with high level information and we can say with the minimum data, like with the small data. In worksheet display detailed data from Anaplan models on an interactive grid and on related cards with a high amount of data. The steps to create my pages, and these are the steps to create a personal page, and or we can call it a UX page. If we have to first select the create a page, and we have to choose a page layout type and update the page name field, and we have to select a workspace drop down menu and select a model drop down menu and select a category to display. Then we have to click on to create. Yeah. So let us see practically how to create the my pages. Here for this I am giving the my pages. Here I am taking the home page. Here we have my pages. Here we have to click on create a page. The board is used for the minimum data and worksheet is used for high level data. Here I am selecting the board. I'm giving the page name. So for this I'm giving the page name as forecast. Forecast category data. So we have to choose the workspace from which we are going to create the page. So I'm selecting the model, assignment model. So this is the way how to create a page. So here I'm going these are the steps which we are used to create a page. The next one is there are few types of cards used in pages like a grid, chart, KPI, text, image, field, and action map. These are used to create a page. So here, I'm using the grid card. So in this, I'm clicking on configure. So we have to select the source data. So clicking on this and selecting the source data from module view or in module view. Going for the save view. This is the save view which we want to show on the UX page. So nothing you want to change, and I'm clicking on update. This will be shown in the UX page. And by using this drop down, you can see total data. We have several options in this. So we can do the title, we can add the description and also title color. Here I'm using the title as opportunity data. So I can also add the title color. And also can add the description. I'm giving the descriptions. So for forecast category, forecast category. Wait, honey. Go into the group. Here we can do the allow editing or allow pivot. Allow editing. And also we can do the row height and also we can do the column width here in context. Like forecast category, we have the rows and columns. If you want to view here, like label on product type, if I click on the radio button as selector, so here the product type is visible on the top. If I click on time, I select the selector and the time, the drop down box is also available here. And now I'm here the publish. So this is the UX page view. And we have several options like text, chart, KPI card, image, field, and map. Now I'm selecting the chart. Configure chart. Here select data source. Okay. This is the chart, and you have the types of chart here. Here, here also you can use the title as data chart. You can change the chart type. You also can give the color. You can change the color. Here, chart type. I'm selecting the column chart by dragging down. And also we can edit. Next, going to the chart. So we can change the colors here. Going to the context, and also we can view the labels here, like a selector. Here you can get the drop down to select the types of product type. Now I'm publishing. So this is the chart, and this is a grid view, and this is a chart view. And we have KPI card here. So we can select module. Here I'm selecting the opportunity module, and from this for line item, for final total. Here also you can view the title as final total. And also we can do the chart for these by using a spark line. If I click on this radio button, the chart will available for the KPI card. Here you can see. Now I'm clicking on the publish button. This is the KPI. Now edit. So I want to place this KPI card beside the grid card. I'm adjusting this. Again, clicking on publish. This is how the UX page we can create by using different cards like grid card, text card, and KPI card, and chart cards. This is about the UX page. And the next topic is classic dashboard. A dashboard is a combination of grids and charts published from modules in a model. Each dashboard can have as many grid and chart elements as we like, and these elements can be drawn from different modules. And the classic dashboards are a secondary type of user experience embedded within a model list. And, and this is the way how we publish a module to a classic dashboard. First, we have to navigate model settings and we have to select the module and open it in the default view. Select View tab and select Publish to Dashboard and select Existing Dashboard or New Dashboard. After selecting Publish to Dashboard, then we have to click on Open. Now, let's see practically how we publish the module to a classic dashboard. Here, Settings tab, Model Settings tab, clicking on Dashboard and using the name for the dashboard. So, this has opportunity and test category. Now I'm going to the modules. So I want to present the output module in the dashboard, classic dashboard. I'm opening this. Now I'm going to the view. Here you have the option publish to dashboard. Then this is the opportunity forecast category. This is the data, and we have these are the options. Show label in this. Add we can add text here, and we can add image. Then right now, this. Now I'm saving this module to classic dashboard, and this is the view of classic dashboard. And this is how we set the classic dashboard by using the module. Next, we have the security settings. We have roles. Roles are used to provide security for a model, and Workspace Administrator can use model roles to group users to share common data access needs. And setting up a role. First, we have to add the name of the role, and next set up permissions to the few models, modules, versions, lists, and actions. Then you have to select the classic dashboard and modules to display in the contents panel and find the user and select the role. And this is about the security settings. So now we see how we'll add the roles. So clicking on the users, going to the roles. Here I'm adding the role. You want to insert, give the role name as production manager. So if I can choose where I want to place this role, or before the full access or after the full access. Okay. Now going to the general list. This is how we add the role, and also going to the users, core modules. Here we have the role like production manager. For each module, the option is available for the production manager, and by clicking on drop down, you can give the access as write access for the role or read access or none for the role. This is about the role. So for output module here, I'm giving the access as write access to the production manager role. Next, next topic is Workspace Administrator. So the Workspace Administrator can access and manage model dialog and organize models within the workspace via the dialog features. In a model, the only workspace administrators can have the access for the model settings like the time versions, generalized modules, line items, and subsets. These are the options visible under the model setting bar, and we have source models, revision tags, history, contents, and dashboards, data types. As of now, we have seen like line item and subset modules. I have explained about the dashboard right now. And within a module, only workspace administrators can save, edit, or publish module views, and they can insert, delete, or move versions, and they can insert, delete, or move line items too. This is about the workspace administrators. Next is selective access. So selective access enables workspace administrators to restrict access to lists and list items on a user by user basis. So when we enable selective access for a list, so they can there are the options like a read column and a write column display in the user's tab for the user's pane, and a read column and a write column displaying a grid view of the list. And read access enables users to view, and but they don't have the access for aim and the list or list item data. Write access enables users to both view and aim the list or list item data. Once we have enabled selective access, workspace administrators can still open the list to view and aim list items, but other users cannot read or write to the list until the model builders assign them to read or write access. So now let us see how we'll use the selective access to the list. Going to the workspace. Here we have added the role like production manager role. Going to the general list. Here we have the option like selective access. Here I'm giving the access for the product type and also access for the forecast category. And going to the users. Here I'm changing the model builder to the role as a production manager. And also I'm giving the queue access like for the product type write and selecting the data from here. For write access, I'm going only for the software product, I'm giving the write access. The product type read. And for hardware, I'm giving the read access, the product type. And for forecast category, for write option, I'm giving one and upset for write for forecast category. And for read option, and commit in pipeline as read. Okay. So the right now the role is we have the production manager, and the production manager has few access. So here only write access for software and read access for hardware product, and also have write access for forecast category, born and upside, and read access for commit, omitted, and pipeline for read access. Now, now the production manager can override the values. Now going to the modules, the output module. And so the production manager have access to write in software and the forecast category one. So now completely. So this is how the production manager can access the data and also have the access for UX page. Now I'm going to the UX page. Here the product type is software. The forecast category type is bond. Now I'm clicking removing this and adding this. So this is the way how the users can override the values in the UX page. I'm removing the product type to the hardware. So now the production manager only can read the hardware product type because we didn't give the full access to production manager. We only gave the access to write for the software product type. So I'm giving as immediate. So this is the final total also changing and also the graph is also changing. So this is about the selective access. Next topic is difference between the selective access and roles. The roles are the access of a person needs to do the job. So like we have given the role as a production manager. So that is the access we have gave for the person for to do the job. And the next one is general items assigned to everyone in that role. The selective access are grant permissions down to list level and can control individual user by giving them access to read, write, or even view certain information from the list. And this is the difference between selective access and roles. We have seen here like in the general list for list items we have gave the selective access and this is about the selective access and for each and every cell we can do the selective access. Like, if you go on setting, so the production manager can override the values here. This is about the selective access. The role is added here, the user. The particular person, like he is a production manager, can view the several product types and he can override. This is about the roles and selective access. And here in the conclusion, in this lesson, I have concluded the following contents like style setting, customizing views in a module, and user experience pages, classic dashboard, and security settings. And thank you, Ravali. And this is about my PPT presentation of 11 to 15 lessons.